Print Report team is at FESPA Amsterdam, and we are at Agfa booth. Here with us is Mr. Koen Stiert, Head of Sales for Europe. Hello.
Hello, and perfect pronunciation, I must say.
Thank you very much. It's really a pleasure to be here at FESPA Amsterdam again live, especially here at Agfa booth. Here at your booth we see 3 lovely big machines. We will present them shortly each, and we will start with the one behind us. It's Oberon. Oberon, yeah. Oberon is already well known on the market.
Maybe before we dig into the machines, maybe just a first impression or a question to you. How do you like our booth? Because it's the first time after so much, I would say, inactivity period with COVID that we welcome people again to meet in person. Do you like the colorful booth?
That's definitely the best thing of this fair, to be alive. Yeah, it's very vivid, it's red, it's very nice.
It's very active, I must say. Yeah. I always want to applaud our designer, our home designer here, Ronnie Brooks. And the credit really goes to him and the team to create such a nice booth with very, I would say, punching colors and an immense attractiveness. So I just wanted to highlight this.
Great.
But let's dig into the machines, indeed.
Oberon is also red.
Yes, of course. All our machines are, I would say, vivid and colorful and punchy. Behind me is the Oberon Roll-to-Roll 3300. Indeed, as opposed to the 2 other machines, this is already an existing printer. Not so long. It's pretty new for us. Because for Agfa, this is the first of more to come, I would say. We have quite a lot of experience in the Annapurna line of products, which we define as the entry level. And of course, the high-end Tauro segment, which is also well known. And we hope that the Oberon, starting with this roll-to-roll version, will bridge that gap. So with production speeds, depending on the desired quality, we always say between 80 and 90 square meters an hour. This machine doubles the speed of an average Annapurna. And it's also for Agfa the very first time that we incorporated Kyocera printheads, which meant for us a lot of process work again, also some ink development, because Kyocera printhead comes with a completely newly developed Oberon 1470 inks, which we also took the time to develop fully, and also accommodate with all the certifications needed for the market space, among indoor air quality certifications and Green Guard Gold. So it took us some time to put that together, but we're very proud to pronounce or to showcase this Oberon roll-to-roll. Alive and kicking, printing non-stop during the show, creating a lot of output, and of course, proven LED technology for us already for quite a while. I think it's worthwhile mentioning, here we showcase the 6-color version, if you prefer, let's say, high quality and nice details in the images. We also have a 4-color white version, if white is really mandatory. Next to this we have loads of options, among which a dual roll kit, a mesh kit for printing mesh. But of course I invite all of you to come to the booth to find out more about the Oberon product.
For which segment do you aim the Oberon printer?
Well, we have a wide variety of media which can be accommodated. I think today we're printing quite a lot of banner work, so really large PVC banner work, but also vinyls, as mentioned, the mesh printing. So it's really dependent whether it's a classical sign and display or exhibition market, or whether you really want to focus on the more semi-translucent media. It's difficult to pinpoint one customer. Let's say we ambition dedicated roll-to-roll work, of course, and a high capability of manual loading with one person has also been a criteria to define such an Oberon. So I think that sums it a bit up.
Wide opportunities of applications.
Yes, of course. Maybe let's pass through. I propose that we just walk through the booth a bit, so you can show printer by printer.
Here is A Vinci. You have we can call it a premiere.
Well, in fact, indeed, the A Vinci CX 3200 is the first time we showcase it. We have been waiting for a while to actually show it to the public. Just like many other suppliers, we've done quite a lot of effort in remote demoing, because people were not able to travel to Mortsel or to another demo center. We also gave a studio session to highlight these new products, but I think nothing beats real physical contact, one-to-one meetings, and looking at the machine, touching it, and also looking at the robustness, because yeah, that's something which is very difficult to highlight in an electronic way. If you would take a camera and just walk around the printer, you do not see how robustly it is built, how the carriage moves, at which speed, and what output is created. Now here we have a water-based technology. This is dye sublimation, so we are really focused on the soft signage market. Avinci is already a well-known brand. We had a first generation DX. Now there's a second generation of the CX 3200, which is roughly a doubling of the speed. So again, complete Agfa solution, both from a workflow point of view, from an ink point of view, and from a process design point of view. Maybe I did not highlight this too much in detail, but all the Agfa printers come with an Asante software workflow system.
We will talk about Asante a little bit later.
Perfect. So I think here we want to really show that we are also present in that soft signage market, but because we see a lot of pull towards the polyester market, not only for backlit applications, but flag and displays. Even here around the booth, if you would zoom up, let's say all these nice banners upside the booth have been printed on the Avinci CX at one of our trusted customers in Belgium.
Textile is one of the segments that is definitely booming on the market. Do you agree?
Well, for sure, it's already present for a while, and it's a strong growing market, I'm convinced. And we identified, let's say, or we positioned ourselves in a certain segment to at least get a good market penetration in soft signage, to also have new product developments and perhaps also new ink developments in the future towards this segment. And who knows, maybe if time will tell if we will ever create a soft signage solution to a more high-end productive machine. So that's for us still a bit of a debate, internal debate. Yeah.
I'm sure this will happen in the future.
Well, I'm positive as well.
Now we will visit definitely the star of the Agfa booth today. Can we call the Big Beast the star of the Agfa booth?
Yes, for sure. It's also the first time that we showcased the Beast. We have shown a lot of interesting and triggering videos already in the market space on social media with our Studio 5D10 sessions. But this is the first time we can actually show the productivity, the speed, the robustness build, our white bull on the side, really highlighting the Beast. And we're very proud of it. It's a beautiful product. There's a lot of market interest. We even have difficulty of producing, let's say, timely all the requests coming from the market. We're flooded with demo requests in Morsel finally again, which is nothing but good news. And also here, it is positioned perfectly at the centerpiece of our booth, just near the entrance, so people will stumble upon the Beast and have a look completely.
We didn't mention that this is a hybrid solution, actually.
Well, with hybrid, you refer to the fact that it's a table-driven system, indeed, as opposed to the Oberon here on my left side is a dedicated roll-to-roll system. Our UHS is what we refer to as, or what our product manager always calls, is a Swiss knife. You have all the capabilities to print a vast amount of applications on this machine. So it's UV LED technology, similar as the Oberon, Ricoh Gen 5 printheads inside, depending on options, let's say, up to 80 printheads. But more importantly, there is quite a lot of automation that can be coupled to it. In this booth today, we show a manual in and an unloader out, so meaning it's fully automated on the unloading side, but on the loading side, it's a manual in, because this, let's say, has certain booth square meter restrictions here today. But of course, we also, as highlighted in the video, we have a fully feeder and stacker opportunity. We can also have an automated board feeder on the input side and an unloader on the output side. And moreover, we have, of course, also in the flexible side, the ability to combine it with a big industrial master roll-to-roll periphery, so to print flexible media, as well as a lighter version, a light roll-to-roll.
What is the color configuration?
Well, for the color configuration, we have selected a 6-color. You can either choose for a 6-color version or a 4-color version, depending on whether, similar as with the Oberon, you desire higher quality or go more for the higher speed. These two potential options are available. We defined in the 6-color version the best compromise between quality, speed, and ink consumption to go for a light cyan and a light black, together with the 4 CMYK colors. And of course, we have the ability to fully flood it with white. So white is considered to be, it's an option, but a lot of people automatically go for white because of the vast amount of application gain that you have with white. And next to white, we also have the ability to add a primer. In fact, there are multiple digital primers in the portfolio of Agfa to accommodate certain application needs, some I would say, challenging media that can be solved by adding a primer. So we have, I would say, a head carriage setup with a lot of possibilities. And depending on the needs of the customer, we try to answer them correctly.
That's definitely Industry 4.0 solution.
Well, for sure, that's it's, I would say, going all the way. And with respect, I haven't highlighted it too much, but of course, all the solutions are linked to an Asanti workflow software. I cannot stress the importance of the total solution offering enough, because Agfa is not only making the machines and controlling the mechanics and the process around printing, but also developing and producing the UV inks, and also developing and maintaining and upgrading the software.
Asanti is very well upgraded last year, couple of years ago.
Well, the upgrade path of Asanti is a never-ending story. I mean, we have a lot of versions now of Asanti in the field. Of course, we always convince customers to go for the most updated version. And soon, they're in the process of releasing it, in fact, is Asanti 5.0, which also today, with an expert here on the booth, we're explaining to, again, quite a lot of people and customers the benefit of the Asanti workflow. And
I assume it's not very complicated.
No, it's easy in use. In the beginning, we had to, let's say, convince customers on how to use it, what are the benefits, because it's much more than a simple RIP software. It adds a lot of functionality within Asanti, and it takes time. I can say it's no longer a derivative of Apogee as it once started. It's a fully grown-up, mature software workflow system that drives all the Agfa equipment and sometimes even the non-Agfa equipment.
If you want to be a serious printing company today, you cannot go without software.
Correct. And you cannot go without Agfa.
That's for sure. Mr. Stier, thank you very much for this interview.
Okay, my pleasure.